Hey, Darcy here for Boomer Bust 4, and today we're going to talk about the risks in renting out area to make play space. So right now we got all these players in here, and actually our Devastation League is going on for Magic the Gathering, and we're a hoppin' Magic place. It's kind of nice, but we're in the 98th percentile for the Wizards Play Network in new registered players, and they're eating up the league right now. It's a lot of fun, 3 packs, and they're going for it. So, talking about the economics of Sculpt games, today we're going to talk about rent and the inherent risk in spending enough rent to have play space. So we're in about a 1,300 square foot building, which is not a lot. Actually, one day we'd like to grow a little bit and get some more, but that is an upgrade from what we were doing before. So Sculpt Games actually started as an LLC in November, and we sold Magic cards out of our basement. We were selling online through lots of different venues. I've been selling Magic cards since I was 13, but we registered as an LLC. We upgraded, and we actually made enough money between November and March to make a year of rent and utilities. And we thought, well, is it worth the risk? Do we see enough value in starting a local community business to go from making easy money, good dollar per hour in the basement, to having to be at a physical location? We have 2 kids, a 6-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. Is it worth the risk of opening a business in a small community? So I'm going to go for some of the reasons why we chose to open Sculpt Games. 1, we moved to Great Bend, and we've been Magic players for so long. We met in a card shop, and we didn't have one in our town of 15,000. So number 1 is definitely personal desire to have this type of community and card shop. So we did it for ourselves in a lot of ways. 2, we thought we could make Great Bend a more enriched community by giving people safe and fun entertainment indoors, winter, summer, all through the year, and we've gotten great response. Our community is actually supporting us really well. So what risk is there really in paying rent for play space like this? Well, if I allow people to play here, I get to build community, we sell fun, we sell experiences, people build relationships, and they enjoy what they get at Sculpt Games if they sit down at these tables. Now the thing is, if I pay money to rent out this space for these tables, I'm hoping that the people that join our community and enjoy what they do at these tables spend their money with us when they can. So the risk is, if people sit at these tables and then buy from Amazon to save $1 on a new booster box, we're losing out a little bit. Because we pay rent for these play spaces, we pay the internet, we pay our utilities, and there's a lot more overhead than there was in our basement. So that's one of the risks. Are people going to use our play space in a way that compensates us? And they don't have to pay our rent by any means. But if I'm an online seller, and that's really what drives our business, so we can open up in Great Bend, but my community becomes online buyers, and honestly, we beat prices on a ton of stuff. We sell our singles the cheapest on the internet. TCG low is where we're at. But can we be beat on booster boxes? Well, there's companies that order like thousands of booster boxes. So that answer is yes, because we're not quite at the scale where we can make $1 or $2 off a booster box and be happy. So there's that risk. If we build a local community and our local community buys outside the local supply, then our play space is a risk that may not pay off. Now, if they do it once or twice, that's fine. But if we have, I don't want to use the word disloyal because it's not disloyal, but if we have play space that generates players in communities, and then I have players who are trying to like sell their own cards in my space that I rent out, that's probably a disloyal action. Actually, we have a posted policy that says the only cash transactions at Sculpt Games should happen with the people paying the rent. So when we rent out play space, the 2 risks are that people will come into our play space where we pay rent and compete with us for our own customers, or 2, that the customers that we generate and give free play space will buy online more often than they buy with us. And honestly, that's a little bit of a risk that everybody in the local game store industry faces, but I think we're doing pretty well. Our players support us, they like us, they help us out on social media, and they're building fun, they're building friendships, and they're building relationships. So I have to say, one of the biggest benefits we have in building a Magic community is that my husband has played Magic over half his life, and one of his favorite things to do in the world right now is help players at Sculpt Games feel comfortable. He helps people build decks, he plays them in games, he teaches people. So we really have a champion for the game that's helping lots of people come and discover Magic. And we have some players who share every event that we have on Facebook, and that's a huge benefit to us. And we have players that love the trade-in benefits, so they pull a masterpiece and they trade it in right away and they get some more packs. And you know what? That helps us too, because we're their source for trading. So when you have a play space, there's some risks. You could invite in competition. People might use your space and not give you monetary compensation when you have product that they could want and they buy it elsewhere. But what also happens is with play space, you build relationships that are good between the store owners or workers and the community. And when that happens, people are comfortable. Like, somebody gave me their money today and said, put the rest on my tab because I know I'm going to be here. And when we have that type of trust relationship and we have that type of support and loyalty, we can expand, we can do good things. So when we talk about boom or bust economy, is it worth it in the modern system of economics? The retail apocalypse is upon us. If we just sold product, we probably wouldn't make it. So we sell social. We sell relationships, entertainment, we sell community, we sell events. We have free events when I say we sell events, but we sell an experience. And if people are willing to build loyalty in that experience, and when they have the opportunity to buy from Mind Sculpt Games, if they buy from Mind Sculpt Games, then we can build something that sustains itself. In my basement, I can make money. If I can build a business that can make its own money outside of just what I do online, then I can build community. But it's not just me that takes that behavior. Like, I could put everything I want in a business plan. And yes, I did write a business plan. And if you're starting a small business, you should do that homework part. It really helps you learn about yourself. But in my business plan, I can make all the predictions I want. But the truth is, for us to work, we have to have the human behavior of our local players buying locally. It's just one of those things. For a local game store to exist in a town of 15,000 people, we somehow have to have it work that our local players care to support us. And you know what? I think we got a great chance. We have a wonderful play group. We have Warhammer play groups. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! We have Magic. We have people that come in and play board games. We have people that know us by first name already. We know their first name. We're friends. I really think we got a shot that our local players will support local and that Mind Sculpt Games can be here for a while and grow. Now, we are on a year lease in this building, and we are on a trial year. If this year goes well and we make enough profit that our dollar per hour rate is decent, we'll be in it. If we find out that we're making like $2 an hour because people are shopping at other sources or not buying here, even if we have a lot of traffic in our playroom, if we're like at a $2 per hour rate, then, you know, maybe I go back to my basement and say, oh, I wish I could have improved the community, but it just wasn't worth the effort when I have kids. But I really think that we'll be on the level, boom or bust. I'm hoping this is really a boom, but we have a hopping community. We have great play space. We're filling out our store more every day. We're putting our money right back into reinvesting into our stock to expand our store. And the gamble is, in a small town, can we trust people's behavior enough that they purchase from us? Can we put our price points at aggressive enough points that we compete with what they can get online? Now, those are hard things to do because we're not mass inventory. We got 3 cases of Hour of Devastation, and that was a little bit of a stretch for us. We're not like the Amazon sellers that get 1,000 cases or 1,000 boxes, and we're in a town where 15,000 is our number, but not all of those are speaking English. Not all of those are interested in gaming. Not all of those want to come and sit in a store and play. So our numbers are kind of small. Now, people drive probably 15, 20 miles. People aren't really going to drive an hour for a tournament that might end at midnight, though. So our local support matters. So if you're local and you're watching this, Darcy needs you. Mind Sculpt Games needs you. And if you're not local and you're watching this and you're thinking about a local game store, not only do you have to build a business plan with the logistics and work on the money, but you have to look for ways to build loyalty, to build relationships, and to really try to breed the ethos that play local, buy local as much as you can, because, well, there's stores out there that might have every card and have a huge play space, but if that's not where you play, is it what you want to support? Because your play space might go away in your town of 15,000 if you're buying online and not with your store. Now, we're doing fine. This is not begging, but it does matter. Play local, buy local.